Everyone, it's your girl Mo'Casso, and I'm here with the one and only Chai, and we're in the seventh Wonder Raw for our new metacast, Raw Talk, where we come together to lead an all-inclusive conversation talking about all of the latest news. I'm talking blockchain, what else we talking? China music, pop culture, just anything you guys want to talk about. Wellness, like we the latest. We're talking about it all, and we want you to be a part of that conversation. So as you guys will see, we'll have a lot of great things that will continue to show throughout this episode. This is our first episode, so here we'll be telling you guys all about how we are going to be setting it up. And we're going to give you a little taste of how it's going to go down. We do have a few raw topics for you guys today. And we'll, talk about them, show you how we'll be sharing our screen, as you can see over there. And then at the end, we'll even give you a space of this mansion. Because if you guys can see from my screen, if you're watching, this is a big, beautiful mansion. And this is an amazing space that we created just for you, just for our viewers, so that you can come listen to the replay, be a part of the conversation, listen to the conversation live, however you want to be a part of it. We created this space with that in mind, and we're just happy to get that started. So without further ado, like I said, we're going to kick it off with a little taste of what exactly Raw Talk is. Miss Chai is going to be our lovely hostess that runs down our itinerary with us every single week. And if you have ideas that you want to be in that, what you will have to do is very simple. So, because like I said, guys, this is episode number 1. So we're going to explain things as we go, right? So I'm going to take it to the screen over here. And Chai, if you want to stay there, don't worry, I feel you. We be playing musical chairs over here.
Please don't have me moving again and trying to sit down.
No, it's cool. So, it's okay, guys. I'm going to show you here what we got going on. So, and why my screen is like this is because actually we have a first level of this mansion, like I was telling you guys. And if you are on the first floor, you can see us up here on the top floor where we are filming. And then we are also sharing the screen so that you guys can see everything that we have going on here. So, let's talk about it. Now, first and foremost here, this is our Discord. So if you haven't joined the Raw DAO Discord, make sure you do that. Now, in here, you will see we have a few different channels. This won't look like how yours look because obviously I have all of the channels, where ours is very locked. You unlock more the more you're a part of our community. So like even something like this, if you share a raw topic, you can earn 1 raw point in the raw ecosystem. Now, why would you want a raw point? Well, because our ecosystem, we support content creators. So say, for example, I can offer an initiative that says, you know what, because this is a collaboration between the P2D Raw Network and Chai, I will offer an incentive that once people get 50 points from sharing ideas, they can now rent this space from me, because I also rent our spaces. So you can, rent this space if you're a content creator and now you want to use this space to do the same exact thing, film your own content here and host your own listening parties. And then Chai can say the same and say, you know what, well, also, if you just get 25 points from sharing ideas, then I will put you in my gallery where I do promotion, and you'll now have a spot there for a month or so. And now this is a way, again, communities can come together to say, hey, this is what I've got going on. We're putting on a metacast. Me and Chai are coming into the metaverse, coming up with content, and we want people to be a part of it. And we want to incentivize the community for being a part of it. And that's what this metaverse and, this revolution is all about. So the way we've structured this is all about, again, including everyone a part of this conversation. And that includes even picking the topic. So I hope that made sense. If not, run it back, listen to the replay, join the Discord, ask some questions. Chai, did that make sense? Or is there anything you think I should clarify?
No, that makes sense to me.
Okay, bet. So we'll keep rolling then. So if you guys understand how you get points for actually sharing your ideas, now it comes to how do you share your ideas. So we are in the Discord. Here you will see there's a channel called the P2D Raw Network. This is where you'll be able to see when we are live. We're still working on that bot so that you guys will see whether that's Twitch or Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube. One of those bots will be dropping a link in there so that you'll see when we're live. And then also our replay, where we share all of the links for all of our replays here on the Raw Network, but most importantly, our Raw Talk channel. So here you can see all of the details about the Raw Talk. There's even a link for the Seventh Wonder. So if you guys ever forget where you can find us, it's right there in our channel, and you can find this in the pins. You can find it in info. It's all there in the Discord. And like I said, if you get in the Discord and need help finding it, let me know. I'll be there. Chai will be there, and we're a part of an awesome ecosystem full of others that are happy to support. So in this Discord, that's where you will share your ideas though. So it can be a link, it can be a tweet, it could be an article, it could even just be a topic. It can be like, hey y'all, I heard this is happening, because then now maybe somebody else will research it or look into it, or maybe you'll just want to talk about a topic and say, I've heard about this new term called ecopreneur, and I really, want to talk about this new term, because maybe you didn't exactly see something, or, it could be all kind of things though. Whatever it is, drop it here in the Discord and we will add it. But make sure you do it by Friday. All of the entries have to be in by Friday, and then we will also have a Twitter thread going. So on Twitter, we will also have a thread that everybody can post to throughout the week. And if you drop your link or idea in that thread, we will also share it here. And the reason why we did it that way is because not everyone's on Discord, not everyone's on Twitter. We want to give everyone different ways to actually be able to connect, share their ideas, and talk with others. The Twitter threads on Twitter be popping. So imagine now we got Raw Talks. You see something cool, so you copy the link, come to the thread, share under the raw thread, and now the conversation just gets juicier and juicier, right? So that's what it's all about. That's how you actually share your Raw topics. And then we'll come here Saturday, open up the spot, and we'll all talk about it. And of course, like I said, me and Chai will lead the conversation, but we've got a lot of spaces where we want to include a lot more people a part of that conversation. So Chai, why don't you give them a little taste of some of the topics that we are talking about today?
Great, thanks for handing over the mic. So we are gonna get started. First and foremost, everyone, peace and blessings, of course. My name is Chai, as Mo said, and today the topics are gonna be about Kanye West in the recent interview that he did, the unfortunate passing of Takeoff, the Maker DAO, and the suicide that's around that. And lastly, just to lighten it up a little bit, it's going to be Rihanna's song. So I think I'm most excited about Rihanna's song. What do you say, Mo?
Yes, I am. I'm most excited too. Because that was some hot news. I woke up, I think it was like a Sunday morning, and I'm like, Rihanna dropped a new song. Hold up, like I had it on repeat just for an hour. Like, nah, I need to hear what's going on. And that's new. That was new news, especially because we all been itching for a little Riri, and it's a part of that new Black Panther, which is some new news as well. And we want to hear from y'all. Did you like Rihanna's new song? Because I think one of us wasn't feeling it, one of us was, and y'all gonna have to wait to the end of the combo to see how that is. And then, like I said, we would love to actually hear from you guys to see how you felt about the song as well. And like she said, we might even be able to play it as well. We are streaming on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch right now, and YouTube and Facebook be playing when we try to play songs. So actually we're gonna save that for some exclusive people that's just here in the metaverse. So if you're in the metaverse, then we'll play the song after we wrap up this Raw Talk for today. So if y'all wanna hear it, make sure you come back for that and actually click the link in join the conversation. So go ahead, China. Let's kick it off. What are we getting started with?
Um, I want to get started on the heavy stuff and, lighten it up at the end. I think we should talk about, just to start off, like the perspective, because I think I brought it up to you, and it was showcased in the other space called the Men Talk. Is that correct?
That's right.
Okay. And so there, I wasn't there at that meeting, but I did see it like on my own, and I had a couple words to say at a last meeting. So, yeah, that's what we're gonna get started with today's Kanye West's recent interview. So, Mo, like, what did you think about it, and what was your perspective on it?
Yes, so I mean, first of all, it was crazy because, like you said, we were in here streaming it, right? Because my husband and I, we are very studious people. Like, if you see one of our things on our Patreon, no matter what level on our Patreon you join, we drop content in there all day, every day. If we watching a video, we posting it in there and sharing it, because we try to go right to the source with it too. And aside from, that blockchain news, we also like this kind of, news like this where you get these different kind of messages from people like Kanye or those people that, Nori gets on Drink Champs and, hearing what they've learned in the spaces that they've gone into. And so it's like, oh, okay, Kanye got a new interview on Drink Champs. Like, oh, this is about to be juicy. So we streaming it live and we're watching it, and we're over in one of our other spaces, sitting in the Rolls Royce, like, dang, what did Kanye just say? Like, and it was crazy because then the next day now it's deleted, but because we streamed it, we had the recording, and we like, yo, we still got one of the copies. We're like, hold up. We like, let's run it back. So then we come running it back. And we like, dang, we got to save this copy forever because, he was talking some real things. And you see just how the cancel culture comes after that. You see just, again, the ripple effect that really continued to just come after that. And so that was like, I was just, again, astonished. Like, oh, dang, it started out just watching another Drink Champs episode, and just to see how it spiraled. Not only just, me watching, but thinking about how Kanye now has, his whole whatever he had planned went 360. And I think that's a lot of the things that a lot of the people that we've even brought up today happened, right? Their life was going one way, and then boom, 360, things changed, and now it's different.
But even with that, it's like people are so quick to cancel you. I mean, I heard about the Kanye West interview because it was streamed in the Men's Talk. But then I went to like social media and stuff like that, and you had like all different types of perspectives, and it was interesting to see because it's like, okay, you think this way because of your environment, how you grew up. Other people think this way, and it's always going to be like a battle of different perspectives. So Kanye West, I feel like he told his truth in his own way, and a lot of people may not understand that perspective. Some people may not even respect it, but it is what it is at the end of the day. He said what he said, and so for us to decipher that, it's going to be just an opinion. It's nothing like, it's just an opinion. And it's just like, if you want to take it, and like what you and what you guys have taught me is like really just like researching it. And so, okay, he said this. Oh, this struck a chord with me. Let me go research that and see truth in that. So it's just like, it's people are so mad about it. And I don't understand. I'm like, why are you so mad? You're taking this personal.
I know there's some people that are just like, he has issues, and I'm just like, dude, I think I'm feeling the same about you there. You get a little too passionate because I didn't hear that and get, oh, somebody has mental issues for believing this. Like, he's just expressing his beliefs, which are perfectly fine. You know, like you said, that's his opinion. Everyone doesn't have to agree with your opinion. And I know sometimes people say, you know, well, he's not a great at like articulating himself, and I think sometimes that's more so what it is. And I don't even think that it's not even him articulating himself. I think it's just how, you know, the media can take things and then run with it once you say it, you know, and turn it into however they want it to look at that point, no matter what you mean. And so I think someone like Kanye, who understands that, he uses that to his advantage. So he says what he means and then allows anything from there to happen, right? Because then it's like, at the end of the day, he still spoke his truth. He still said what he says. So whether people want to, you know, take it how they take it, that's on them. And he's still coming up along the way. You know, God still got his back. He's still, again, speaking that truth more than anything.
Right, and it's a truth that people don't want to hear. It's like, just take the emotion out of what he's saying and like look at it from a logic standpoint. And it's just like, he's speaking truth. Whether that's something you believe in or don't believe in, like that's of no consequence to me. I just understood it from a different perspective. And even on certain instances, like where he said something, he's just like, okay, let me correct myself actually, and like let me super clarify what it is. And still, they didn't want to hear it. So it's just like, my man's living in a double-edged sword. He can't win for lose. He might as well just be who he is and live his life.
Right. No, and at that point, I think that's what he does, you know. He just lives his life, and he's like, he already understands people aren't going to get him. I think, like he said, what starts to really affect him, though, is his kids, right? Where it's like, oh, yeah. Now, because that's why, you know, somebody said that's why it even started, because, Kim got some, you know, Jewish people behind her that, like, is stopping them from seeing their kids or whatever, and that's where, you know, all of that kind of came from, where it's like, that's the same thing I think a lot of people had tried to start turning the message, where it's like, you know, every culture got people that got people got issues with, you know, but don't, you know, at least generalize a certain type of person and then, you know, take it to that extreme, because that's then where people say that's where your words start getting twisted, where it's like, okay, now you over here trying to talk about everybody, but you're really meaning to talk about one person, and now you just went from this to that, you know?
Yeah, and even in that instance where it was kind of making it generalized, he re-corrected himself. But still, it's like, even though I corrected myself, everybody now sees me as this person. And it's just like, y'all so fickle. I just be like, do your thing. Do whatever makes you happy. Because I clearly can't do that.
And I mean, I think it's going to be interesting to watch it just continue to unfold, right? Because now there's like this cancel culture that we're watching now, like, unfold, where it's like, he even said, like, oh, Yeezy dropped, yay, and, you know, kind of like laughing at that and kind of exploring, like, okay, well, you do go out on that limb, you do have these opposed views, and, you know, there's always this underlying, like, idea, right? Like, if you're this person that does do that in our world, then it's gonna come with being like, you know, assassinated and ostracized and canceled, you know, just like this is kind of happening. So I think it's really interesting to even see how people have started to automatically predict that, you know, because of, again, the programming. So again, I think just watching it unfold is the thing that's been like the most interesting to me. Like I said, to start from that Drink Champs episode and think like, oh, it's just another Drink Champs episode where he gonna talk some crazy stuff, and it's like, oh nah, like we here with it, like, oh nah, we super cancel, like they really pushing the button to see how far they can cancel and see what happens. And now you got people coming up like, nah, I stand with Kanye, and the Israelites gassed up, and like you know, it's just like, I'm over here looking at social media like, we gonna see what happened here.
Yeah, it feels like he's, I mean, that's what it seems like. and like you said, social media will push an agenda, and that agenda could be, let's cancel, yay, and it's like, no, just like listen to what he's saying, because he doesn't, the truth hurts them, and it now puts like a spotlight on them per se. And so those predictions can be scary. And now, like, it's not hush hush talk, like it's happening in real time, where it's just like certain things that you say can, put a target on your back, even more if you're a person of color.
That's
So
right.
it's just like,
True.
it's gonna be, yeah, I would say it's gonna be interesting to see it unfold on itself, and how the media is gonna be swayed in one way, and what they're gonna say about certain things. So
Nice.
I think it's gonna be super interesting,
And I
to
do
say the
see
least.
I do see we have some listeners down on the first floor. We appreciate you all for tapping into the first episode of the Raw Talk. Did anybody want to unmute themselves and add to the conversation? No? Cool. No problem. We'll
I'm
keep.
still kind of chiming. I'm still here listening, kind of making sense of what you're talking about. I know you're talking about Kanye a bit, and but I'm still getting an idea of your conversation. Can you? My name's Kush, by the way. So nice meeting you.
Ah, peace and blessings. Welcome,
Nice meeting you
Kush.
too, Coach. Peace and blessings.
Yes, and so our conversation, this is an open conversation led by me and China or Chai. We just started this called the Raw Talk. And it's an idea where we have a Twitter thread and a Discord channel where everybody can share the latest news. And we just come and talk about the latest news and, get the community to share their ideas, what they want to talk about it. And then, just create these open spaces where we can actually do just that. So on today's itinerary, I know this was one of them. China's got the itinerary. China, if you want to let them know a bit more about what we'll be talking about today.
Yeah, so the itinerary is going to be Kanye West in the interview that was like set up, and just having like most said, like an open conversation about your perspective on the situation, the untimely passing of Takeoff, and Rihanna's song, and I believe it's the Maker's Dow. It was a suicide. So those are the couple of topics that we're going to be diving a little into, and getting our perspective on that, and just uh, seeing how things are going to play out based off like predictions and whatnot. So that's the itinerary for today.
And one thing I will also
Oh, cool.
say, if you have noticed the signs down there, is we are also live streaming right now. So we are streaming now on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. So, everybody can comment there. Again, it's just a great way to create these conversations that everyone could hop into about these different things.
The takeoff passing was surprising. Just so much information coming in on what happened there, but it seemed like it was one of his own, from his own camp. I'm still not sure of all the details. I don't know if you guys have anything else, but that was really surprising for me.
Oh man, I'm happy you just opened up that door because yes,
That
I am one of those
was
people.
great. Like he
Okay,
moved it. I love it.
let's get into it because I have definitely been watching YouTubers. I seen when they started that back with Nipsey, when he passed away. And there was like this army of YouTubers that was like, no, we're going to investigate and solve this murder and figure out what really happened. And then another one when the young Dolph, murder happened. And then that was like when a real, like, like trend almost on YouTube, which different YouTubers now really make that their thing. So now that Takeoff has passed away, they got their paperwork, they slowing down the videos and really dissecting these TMZ posts, and I love it because they come with different stories, but you get different perspectives, just like we were talking about, and I love getting those different perspectives. So it was even just something as small as when you can see another camera perspective. Now you get a whole bigger view of it, looking like somebody actually ran by Takeoff, and it was almost like a robbery where they took his chain and then shot him, because his first shot was actually in his gut, and that can only happen if somebody is running by you trying to take your chain. And he was just on the Nori's show, Drink Champs, like we was just talking about, where they was over here like, oh, we always got 200,000-300,000 on us, and they checking in, and Easy Lick, they don't got Offset there. That's usually the wild card. So that's my perspective.
Oh, it's all crazy, man. And what about? Because wasn't it a private party he was at though?
Yeah, it was at a bowling rink, and that's what else me and my husband was saying was so strange, because it was like it's Halloween weekend. Migos wasn't booked nowhere on Halloween weekend. They just dropped the album. They got new songs. Like none of that sounded right at all. That they just partying on Halloween weekend.
Yeah, and I'm thinking like, where's the security at though?
Right.
Like those guys make dollars. They got like.
I think they're saying when you said that it's Quavo's people, it's security. I think it was the security that they saying is the one that shot him, because he's the one that actually shot back at the other dude that was shooting at him. Like that's what I'm saying. It gets tricky, man.
It's definitely a lot of fish.
That is wild.
Okay, I heard AK done popped up in the combo. What was that, AK?
What's up, y'all? Peace and blessings. I just said it's a lot of fishiness going on, because I don't know if y'all peeped. If you think about it, first of all, there was a checkerboard floor, and I'm not really like the conspiracy theorists like that no more. But I just the old one was to bring this up. So checkerboard floor, that's a symbol of Freemasonry, and I don't know. It seems really coincidental that the Migos are just now breaking up after 10 years, and Offset, he had to have a reason to leave, and after a while in the music industry, you gotta eventually pay your dues, and I don't know. I'm not saying nothing crazy, but I mean I'm sure y'all can put two and two together.
Hey.
It don't sit right with me,
I didn't even realize it was checkered floor, because that's facts too, because remember what's the guy's name, 6ix9ine, when he came out with that thing, he was pissing on the checkered floor. I was like, yo, this guy's gonna be in trouble. 6 months later,
yeah.
And those be all the signs, like we see it, we know it, that's why it's like when you say that, AK, like, nah, I don't be big into conspiracies, but it's like that's right there in your face, like, oh, the last thing on Instagram is stop breathing, and dropping everything that's just too coincidental, where it's like, like you said, it's understood again that you got to pay your dues. And that's what I was just saying, it's all these weird things that's just like, once you do certain things, it's understood what comes with that. That's like, it's understood. That's crazy, man. Miss Chy, any ideas did you have about Takeoff and this whole situation here?
I would just say people are being marked now. And it's not like a coincidence. Like, a lot of people are like when you guys said, I think Mo said it, Nipsey Hussle, like, now it's becoming like a trend to like take people out, take like a lot of these rappers out. Me, like, I really don't like death. and it's something I know for sure is gonna happen. But me, like, hearing that, I was like, damn, like another one. What actually, in my thought was like, what actually happened? But I usually don't explore too much. Like, I say prayers and blessings and, let the young man rest in peace. But, um, I was just like, I can't. I mean, I'm like, once I dive into something, like, I'm like head forward into it. So I'm just like, nah, I need to pass up on this one. It's like I'm not getting no sleep. I'm thinking about it too deeply. So I usually like to hear like other people's perspective. Um, just cause like even this one's like you grew up on Migos, like
Girl,
it's like you heard Versace.
Young Rich
What's the
Nation.
other one that came out? Like it's so many like memories that come with the Migos. To like hear that happen, it was like
Yeah.
damn,
No, I feel that.
that sucks.
I feel that because there's, because I don't listen to like a lot of rap, I don't like, because I'm more like R&B and that kind of music. So it's like when these rappers pass away, I don't usually feel that, connection that some of these people be so passionate about. But like you said, when it was Takeoff, I'm like, oh, not only was it like sad, like dang, I grew up on them, but it was like I was sitting there watching the Drink Champ interview of them again, and I was just looking at him like, yo, he looks so young right there. Like he's my age,
Yeah.
and he's gone. Like just
Yeah.
looking at it like, man,
Yeah.
that's just so crazy, like gone too soon. And like you said, I don't like watching that kind of stuff neither. Like I'm not the type that's gonna sit there and stop to watch somebody get shot on Instagram. Like no, that's
Yeah, I
not
stayed
that's,
away. Like I didn't even know it happened until somebody like told me. Because when I'm on Instagram, I usually be like, okay, I'm handling business, or I try not to scroll too much, and I don't follow like the shade room or anything like that. So I don't be knowing until like somebody actually tell me. Like I didn't know about Dolph until somebody told me. I didn't know about Nip until somebody told me. And it's like too many things happen. It's just like sometimes you gotta live your life in like um, in peace and quietness. It doesn't always have to be shown or seen. So um yeah, like there's just some energies you can't surround yourself no more with. Um and like doing the same things that you used to do, like it just don't work no more. So
right.
um
Right, because that, like we just said, like you can't be the Migos and just be out here lacking like that. Like, there's no way that you should even been in
yeah.
that situation. Like I just said, like if you now booked up, you see Offset at home because of whatever is brewing. Just like AK was saying, you already know, if things not feeling right and X, Y, and Z. So it's just like you gotta be super tight, and just for you to open up doors for that kind of stuff to happen. Like that's why I'm like, no matter what, at the end of the day, Quavo's the one that I know sitting there feeling goofy for whatever's gone down, because Tim and Takeoff just dropped that album and had whatever plans they had, and now Takeoff gone. Unless it was all, like we said, a whole, part of a bigger scheme that we don't understand to just help different people, I don't know, take off and sacrifices and the whole pay your dues shebang. Dive into that rabbit hole too much. Well, maybe we can just a little bit with this last one, kind of along these same lines with this Maker DAO one. Shall we kind of hop into that one, or did anybody else have any last thoughts about that Takeoff situation? Because I know that I'm sure this is not going to be the last time we talk about that here in the Raw Talk, because that's under investigation. Like I said, I'm watching. They over here guessing that maybe there's a RICO or something, because like I said, the guy that allegedly people had kind of pinpointed out in the video that was supposed to have run by and tried to rob him is now dead, y'all. He's gone. Dead. Took him out.
Really?
Oh,
Yes.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yo, you know what it is? It's like, okay, we know it was one of Jay Prince people.
It was him. They're doing a
just
yellow
because-
jacket.
What you saying, my guy?
Yeah. So basically, in this kind of case, I feel like they just dodged the RICO. They just dodged the RICO because they're not going to point a single person. So guess what? The whole mob tie is going to have to fall for that. So I mean, his elimination, that was, strategic.
Yeah.
But another thing we gotta look at, y'all, for this is the last thing I'm gonna touch on with takeoff. But just follow the money. See if anybody had a life insurance policy took out on him, or somebody benefiting with his rights, and we'll see what's really going on. But that's for everybody who want to look.
Yep. That's the same thing X was saying. Like, man, these rappers be having millions of dollars life insurances that everybody gets a nice piece off of, and that's a good point, because I meant to bring that up too when China had mentioned it's a pattern, because somebody else mentioned like, oh, every fourth quarter QC and them lose one of their people, and it's like at the end of the day, and now this J Prince second robbery gone murder in a row of dice game gone wrong, and it's like at the end of the day the math start mathing, and I don't know why they not mathing the math, but we mathing the math. Everybody say yes, exactly. Okay, and so on that note, we gonna kind of wrap it up on this like somber note, because like you said, China, I mean, it's crazy, and I guess it's kind of cool that we talked about this third person, because there's that saying where it says, death comes in threes. So I think it's cool that we kind of just ended that cycle with this last one here that I'm about to mention. And for all of our viewers, you're going to get a special treat, because we're actually going to be able to show you on the screen as well when I find it here. Okay, perfect. So hang on, guys. Okay, bet. There we go. So, there we go. Everybody should be able to see everything. Perfect. And this is our first episode, so again, we are troubleshooting just a bit. We appreciate everybody for being here, especially everybody on the first floor, rocking out down there. I hope you like the setup. We will also do a tour at the end, because again, this is 4 levels, and we have a lot in store for what's in store with our Raw Talk in general. And okay, let me see. I just need to turn my camera a little bit this way so we can see.
Yeah, this space is sick, man. This space is dope.
Oh, appreciate it.
I like what you guys did. Like you set it up with the cars and everything. Yeah, this is sick space.
I appreciate that. Yes, and this is one of many. We've got plenty of places for plenty of different things. This is one of our cozier spaces, like we said, just for this Raw Talk exclusive. The top 2 floors are our production spaces, and those are for people to come and re-listen. And so, yeah, but we'll get into that here in just a bit. I'm really excited for that. So, last thing about this whole Raw topics, I'm not sure if you guys have seen here, and I love that we can kind of transition in between pop culture and Web3, and you also kind of see the parallel, because it's not necessarily a white or a black thing, right? Once you start to really again see this bigger picture, and you can start to again think a little deeper, again, I think that's why we wanted to include all these different versions of the same thing, right? And so there was this thing where it says, or this tweet that was going around this week on Twitter, where it says, the 29-year-old co-founder of MakerDAO, Nikolai Mushigan, has been found dead in San Juan, Puerto Rico, just 3 days after tweeting the following from his personal Twitter account. And I'm not even about to read this, because like I said, we're streaming right now. I don't need none of these trigger words all in my algorithm, because but y'all can see what it is and what they were talking about. But what was the interesting part was, you see, he has this whole Twitter thread, if you guys see, and if you just search MakerDAO in Twitter, you'll find this Twitter thread if you're watching here. But there was this one tweet right here, which was the last of this thread, where he says, after he goes on this rant that you guys just kind of seen above, it says, there's 3 possible futures for me: suicide by these 3 letters, those 3 letters brain damaging slave asset, or worst nightmare of people who fucked with me up until now. And I'm sure that these are the only 3 options. And again, and then at the end of it, 3 days later, he's gone. And so I think it's really crazy when, again, we just were talking about, when you step out there, that, there's this like underlying tone that is like, there's this elephant in the room almost, where it's like, what that could be, those are the possibilities. And it's really interesting to see those kind of people like Kanye, or this founder, or even like Takeoff in a way, who just dropped his music video was crazy. His music had been crazy, so when we talk about the intention, that why somebody would have done what they did to him, again, with him being young, they already had changed the whole sound of music. They already, be on their own level with clothes and swag, and not from Atlanta, not like everybody else, okay with being themselves. And sometimes people do see that as competition. Sometimes people do want to control different things. And I think it's just very interesting when we consider all of these different things and the patterns, again, like we talked about, most importantly. What y'all think? China? Chai?
I mean, I totally agree with you, like on every single front, where you just demonstrated it by not reading that. Like, you just demonstrated, like, okay, there's elements out there that you don't want to draw your attention to, and so and those are not the people like you see that's like on Twitter, Instagram. These are people that's in the shadows that you don't see.
Okay.
Don't know their name, don't know what's going on. So it's just like, what's that movie? I cannot think of it. It's like an old school movie. And in that movie, they demonstrate, I think is Enemy of Something.
I don't know. You gotta think of it and drop it. I don't know.
Okay. If I think about it, I'll drop it. But yeah, like there's certain people you just don't see, you don't hear about, but they control a lot of what's going on and what you see and experience. So,
No,
it's
that's a good
unfortunate
point.
when you speak the truth.
That's a good point,
it's unfortunate.
man. Like you said, even how I had to read it, right? Like subconsciously, as I'm talking about it, I'm like, look, I ain't one of them that's trying to go.
Yeah,
like,
you already know.
You
already know, like.
Yeah.
And you already hear Siri, especially when you're not talking to Siri. Siri act like she don't hear you. But then as soon as you talking to her, as soon as you're not talking to her, they be picking up all through the whole paragraph, the whole conversation you had. So it's just like, it's just funny how certain things work. And when you start to open that eye and really discover things and really surround yourself with people that, think in that aspect of like, this is the math ain't mathing. Then you start to see the math ain't mathing.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's unfortunate that a lot of times when you speak the truth, people will shut you up.
Yeah.
By force. And
right.
That's something that you gotta be mindful of.
It's like you gotta go with it.
They don't want you to change your shit.
Right? It's like there's already
They want you to be like that. They want you to be like that Lego movie. Everything is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
If you ever seen a Lego movie, watch that, because it's like, oh wow, they're putting this in a whole cartoon, and they're fucking with you. Like, that's the crazy part.
And that's another good point, because you putting it in the kids early.
That happens a lot. Yep. Put it in movies, put it in cartoons, for sure.
Man, they got this one
Yeah,
show,
no.
the Fast and the Furious on Netflix. And my 4-year-old be watching. I be watching because I'm like, man, they always be talking about that new. Like I need to be watching so I see what's going on because they be putting it in there.
Yeah, you like did you like wait. Let me scroll back because I know they didn't say what I think they just said.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, they just did. And you're like, nice, clever, even.
Yeah.
But you gotta be able to see it.
Yeah.
You gotta be able to see it.
That's 100% China, because reality they been doing it since like Cartoon
Mm-hmm.
Network. You know, I,
Mm-hmm.
when I was a little boy, my mother ain't let me watch network. She seen me watch Cartoon Network one day, so I don't know what happened, but after that day, I couldn't watch that shit no more. You know, because
Mm.
I was too young to understand,
Yeah.
obviously. But yeah, same shit here. And about old dude, it's just a tragic situation of somebody who knew too much and didn't know how to keep their mouth shut. So it's a lot going on out here, y'all. The world is it's it's a rough place, you know. So just understand that, and look at it for what it is and not what they want us to look at it as.
Mm.
Uh, and it'd be the craziest people too, y'all. This situation, it's like it's somebody who we was brought up with, like who he been in movies and shit, like and he just linked up with people that's frowned upon, and you know y'all can dig further. You feel me? Do your own research on this one, but yeah, it's a full case. I recommend Chico Crypto.
Diving into what?
She, this situation right here, where the founder of Maker DAO was hit.
Oh yeah. Bet.
Yeah, this is a crazy story. Yeah, that whole stretch I was just talking about is pertaining to the
Make it
the
down.
Maker DAO dude.
Yeah, I know it was so much. It's like you can't even say too much because it's just like, man, that's just some crazy stuff. I'm like, y'all got to talk about it. I just wanted to talk about how it's not even just black people and rappers and Kanye because they go after the white people that do it too. Like anybody, like any person, don't matter what. How much money you got, what you done did or not doing. Once you put yourself out there like that, you out there.
Yeah, and they want to come for you, they gonna come for you.
Yeah, so you gotta know what's
So
happening, and I think that's why, like you said, either he gonna lose or they gonna lose, but he was ready for whatever at that point. And I think that gotta be your mindset at that point, like, hey, I'm ready for whatever, but I'm not about to keep doing this at least. And I think, some people that, especially once you done seen some things, it's like you can't unsee them, and it's like, nah, I can't just act
Oh,
like I didn't just see that.
that
and the funny thing is, people can, and like I think to a certain extent, it's like a fear mechanism. It's just like, yeah, I know I just seen that, but I really wasn't supposed to see that. Now I can't unsee it, and so your mind starts like playing tricks with you, and it's just like, okay, I'm this is supposed to be okay. Like everyone's having a good time. Like I'm supposed to be okay with this. Like whole time, like your subconscious is screaming out, like, no, this is not okay. Like this is
Screaming
not
loud
right.
as hell.
Um, yeah, like it's trying to break out, and um, a lot of times is a fear of like, I don't know what's gonna happen to me I if I do this, and a lot of people aren't down for whatever because they don't know whatever is. They don't know that unknown. So it's like I'm
Mm-hmm.
scared of that, and so like now I have to like play along with this so-called game, and it's not a game. It's a reality, and reality is like shit face hard, and
Right.
so um it's difficult. It's difficult. Like you said, you can't unsee it. Now that you've seen it, it's either like you speak your truth and you get that side of whatever consequence happens, whether good or bad, or you go along with it and you get that consequence. So it's, you gotta be, like you said, you gotta be down for whatever. Like it's whatever at this point. Like,
That's
go hard or go
wrong.
home. That's wrong. That's wrong.
That's wrong. Hashtag, guys. That's our catch line. We forgot to be using it.
That's a hashtag.
AK, we need a cool buzzer that says that, so it sounds cool.
Yeah. You gotta hit that Joe like I don't know.
That's wrong, but that's
Wait.
wrong.
That's wrong.
Hell yeah, hold up. Yeah. Y'all might be on to something.
Cool. No, but this has definitely been a great raw conversation. Like we said, we're going to be here doing this every Saturday at 4 p.m. Pacific time. If you see anything happening throughout the week, no matter how big or small, drop it in our Twitter thread or in our Discord. You can find those links on our posters here behind us at the_raw_DAO or at the P2D_raw network. And like I said, you guys can also come and check out this mansion. So I think it's a good time for a mansion tour. What you think, Miss China, Miss our itinerary hostess?
I think, Mo, you forgot your favorite part. You remember?
Oh, the music.
We have to go. I think we should do the tour and talk about Rihanna. I think that would be a great ending to it.
Do the what?
We should do the tour and talk about the song
Rihanna.
that was made by yeah.
Okay, bet. So yes. So let's get to our tour, and then like I said, so everybody watching this live on social media, because I see y'all on Twitch and on Twitter. What's up? We appreciate y'all. Facebook, I can't see you, but if you there, we appreciate you too. And to everybody watching the replay, again, it's appreciated. But click the link. Come join us. You can come check out the space yourself and be here to listen to the Rihanna song. We're going to play it here for the Raw Talk, because y'all know every Saturday we bringing you the latest news. I didn't want to broadcast this as like, oh, the latest news, because we're not news reporters. But, you know, it's a little taste of that if you really think about it. So, you know, we're going to be coming with the latest, talking about it, and opening up a space for everybody to share their ideas, because that's what this revolution is all about. People coming together and sharing their ideas. So, starting on the top floor. So this is our studio, and this is going to be a place that we do grow with as our show also grows. I think that's one of the beautiful spaces about spatial. You know, we're new to this space. We've only been in here for 2 months, and I don't feel the need to ever have my space 100% done before I reveal it and have a big reveal. I like to reveal it and then let people actually see it as it grows. So this is a space that X and I created a while ago. Initially, it was for Raw Economics, and this is where he would come and just show his blockchain videos and also play music. And when we were looking for a place for this Raw Talk, you know, it was just perfect how it has different floors. So again, this is on the top floor. This is, as you guys can see, our studio behind the scene. You see all the views, man. Look at those views. It's nice. You see a nice little flyer about Chai, both of us, and me. And then and this is exclusive. If you get brought up to the top floor, you lucky. So everybody that's here at the end of our tour, you will make it up to the top floor. But I'm gonna show you guys a little bit of tidbits as well for everybody watching, so you'll kind of know how to move around as well. So it's just about moving your camera. So you guys see how I kind of just swiveled out, and then I'm gonna come outside if she wants to, or I can just press the ground, and now I'm outside. Okay. And now I'm also going to stop sharing my screen. Or no, I guess I can keep sharing. It's okay. But I'm going to bring everybody to me so that we all go on this tour together. Fun stuff. Okay. Now here we go. So, I think you guys have all seen the cars already. You mentioned those. So the really cool thing about the cars, some alpha, all of those will have hotspots. And because this is, like I said, we had initially set this up as one of our streaming spots. We're going to put like the screens over there so that you can actually sit in those drop tops and watch when we're streaming different things. So that'll be another streaming area. And then in here, as you guys can see, one of the biggest things, especially for us being inspirational to content creators and creating spaces that other content creators can use, we've really created our spaces to reflect that. So as you guys just seen, we filmed up on the top floor, right? First of all, creating amazing studios that now content creators can use. But now on this first floor, you guys see, we've got the little 3D headphones. We've got plenty of seating, and we've got the link over here to the replay. So say I wanted to come and watch that replay because I love the raw talk, but maybe I gotta work or something, so I can't make it. Y'all know, whatever reason y'all gonna have on why you can't come to the raw talk, you can always come and listen to the replay by coming over here, clicking this link, and this link will actually take you to the replay. Now, right now, it's just going to take you to our regular YouTube where you'll actually see China's replay of the Valon, because she also has a show every Sunday. That's just been my placeholder there. But you can click that link, and then, you know, you can sit in here. So I say pick a spot, and then you can listen to the replay as well. And you can see here how you can set up the screen. So as we were upstairs, Kush and AK were down here watching us, which was really cool. How did you guys like that?
Yeah, it was cool, actually. Yeah, it was good.
Yay, cool. Did you know that we were upstairs? Was that like even cooler?
Yeah, it was cool that you're up there. I didn't see where you were, but I could see that you're in the house and you're just kind of projecting down from where you were. That was cool.
Cool. Awesome.
Yo, I don't know how you did that, Mo, but I'm on the computer and the phone. And on the computer, I could actually click where y'all broadcasting and like tune in on there, like watch it. But on the phone, it's like Kush said, we was just downstairs just listening to y'all, which was cool too, you know.
Nice.
But yeah, on the computer you could pull up. I don't know how you did that.
Yeah, because it's on this screen right here. If you turn around, this is where we were broadcasting it. Could you see it on this screen right here?
Oh no.
Yeah. This is where I was sitting on the couch watching it.
Yeah, how are you doing this? This is crazy.
I ain't telling no more secrets. But yeah, we doing some things, you know. And look, we got plenty of seats. Shoot, even AK could sit down and we could have had the conversation right here. Or we could have been at the round table, you know, and all 12 seats are hot and ready. So, again, as the conversation grows, we can let it keep growing, right? And now I'm looking at all of us, and now look at all of us. And now I'm sure you guys are looking at the camera, and you can see us. So, that's really cool about this space right here. I'm going to take us all up to the next floor now, because this is where the party gets it going as well. So, let me bring everybody up here. And as you guys see, I just, again, maneuvered my camera, and that's how I kind of started to move around. So this is actually where, again, X comes and plays the P2D Raw Radio. If you guys haven't ever heard P2D Raw Radio, that's where DJ Throwdat be playing all the hits. He plays all kind of different vibes, or even blockchain news. Like I said, we're always playing the latest. And so if you ever see us go live again, you want to come and tune in, like the space, make sure, because when we're live in here, you don't want to miss it. And he'll usually play the screen on here. Again, there's a pretty nice view. We've got the bar. Yes, all the spots are hot.
I'm so sorry. I thought I was muted. Sorry.
It's okay. And we got some beer pong. I'm such a geek when it comes to fun little things. And one of the things that I really want to start doing, especially when it comes to little things like this, like I said, this is like a recreational area, right? Where it's like, hey, come here, listen to the replay of my podcast, come listen to music together, especially when it comes to like the music. When we do our P2D Raw Radio, we want to get people that, you know, are opening up Twitter, opening up Twitch, and just listening to the music, because we all listen to music like you would listen to the radio or something, you know. And again, creating these vibes where people can do that. So something even like this beer beer pong table. I'm working on finding an online version so that I can put the link here, so that if people are in here, you can actually play online beer pong together, just like AK and X does for Men Talk when they play chess together, and then they, stream that. So again, just kind of trying to make it more interactive in ways that people can just, connect with their random people. And then, let me move that. Let me bring everybody up here again.
This really is a dope spot, I actually have to say. I didn't even get to see the second one, but
appreciate it. Yes.
This looks fantastic.
And this is just one of our filming areas. This will be more for when we have more guests, aside from China and myself. And the really cool thing about this is over here is where we'll set up more seating for, again, when our viewers that are watching on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, all of that actually want to come and watch with us. We'll set up all the seating so they can be here like in the audience and then also part of the conversation. So again, this will be one of those spots that grow more as our audience grows. And I'm excited to see how that space grows. But yeah, again, different studios.
Make sure you guys like the space too.
Right, like the space so you guys know when we're live. I didn't even go live today. I just realized that when we got started. That's tragic. But next week we'll be live. This was our tester. And then our last floor, one of my favorites because this view is crazy. And this is our studio where you will see me and Chai every week. Every Saturday, 4 p.m. Pacific time. Okay, before we wrap up our stream, does anybody want to share any of their last thoughts about today's conversation, the space, or anything in between?
This was great.
Yeah, I just want to say this space is wicked, man. I love this space. It's really dope what you guys did here.
Yay. Appreciate that. And so let me see, Kush, I'm going to follow you. Make sure you follow us as well, like the space. And
I'll definitely follow you guys back.
And come back. We'll be here, like I said, every Saturday, same time. Follow us on Twitter so you can share topic ideas. Like I said, we'll get the conversation going. And we just getting started, y'all. These are the kind of metacasts that are going to keep popping up. AK just had his first Raw showcase yesterday and here in Spatial. Shout out to him. We've got Shiva Leela Saturday Night Live talking about her Fitness Friday in 30 minutes. China got her Valan on Sundays. We're going hard on our metacast on the Raw Network. If you guys haven't watched any of those shows, you can always catch the replays on our Twitter, or that's the main place where you can catch all of the replays. Sorry, Kush, did you want to add something?
No. Sorry,
Okay,
it's
gotcha.
just mic was, yeah.
Cool. Well, no problem. Again, appreciate everyone for coming through today. Appreciate everyone that's watching. Make sure if you're watching that you like, comment, and subscribe. And drop your thoughts in the comments. We want to know what you guys are thinking as well. And make sure you are a part of the Discord and follow us on Twitter so that when you see that Raw Talk thread, go share your ideas. Because even with that thread, I think at first I was going to do like a different thread each week. But I think I want to go for like the longest Twitter thread ever, and I think we should just keep adding to the same one and just make it like one epic thread of all the Raw news every week. I'm not sure, but definitely we're trying to come up with some ideas about that. Yeah, right, how we even gonna change up social media and keep this kind of stuff going, because we work hard for the content that we're creating. These are going to be clippable moments for a while that we're going to continue to again be able to show other content creators how they can come into this space and level up what they're doing. If you have a YouTube channel, if you have a Patreon, if you are streaming anywhere else, you guys see how we just streamed that here in our space, have people watching it, and set it up for people to go and listen to the replay. And you can be doing the same. So if you want to connect with the P2D network, because we help people go physical to digital, and we make it easy. So we'll see you guys soon. Peace.
Peace.
Real quick before everybody exits out.